you're here. Interesting. I was expecting you to show up here sooner or later. How did I know you were coming? Well, as a fighting-type gym leader, I am able to sense and detect people's auras. I knew a formidable trainer had entered the city just a few minutes ago, so I knew you would show up here eventually, but I didn't think it would happen this quickly. My name is Mojo Dojo. I am the gym leader of this place, but outside of being a gym leader, I'm also the mayor of this place. Can you answer a question for me? It seems like you came rushing to the gym. That means you haven't had the chance to explore the city, right? Well, as the mayor of this city, I think I should throw you a pitch so that you go and explore all the wonderful places that this city has, and maybe we can earn some money off of tourism from you. We have with us the wonderful department store. In this department store, you can find all the things that you can ever imagine. This is a very premium department store, and in this store you can find all kinds of exotic things that you will never be able to find anywhere else in the entirety of Sinnoh. This Veilstone City is a big metropolis, probably the biggest city in the entirety of Sinnoh. So we're always trying to make everything bigger and better, and that means that instead of the Pokemart, we built the department store. I hope you go there whenever you get the time. Outside of that, we also have an old age queue. We used to give out this place to big companies so that they could work from Veilstone City. But we've had to close it down for, reasons. And we're going to turn this into a indoors resort. That's actually one of the project plans we have. As we see this city going into the future, this is going to be another one of those things that we hope is going to bring in a lot of tourism. There is another place in this city that might be of interest to you, and that place is the clothing shop. In the clothing shop, you can find all the different selection of clothings. You can find footwear, you can find headwear, you can find accessories, upper garments, lower garments, everything that you can imagine you can find in the clothing shop. And judging from how you are dressed, I think you could use a little bit of a makeover, if I'm being honest. But this clothing shop wasn't always a clothing shop. It actually used to be a game corner. Some years ago, when Maylene was the gym leader of this place, the previous gym leader prior to myself, she was approached by a group of investors who suggested that they would help build a department store, and in exchange, Maylene allows them to create a game corner. She accepted, but she didn't know that there were also games involving gambling in the game corner. You could use actual Poké dollars to play slots and different games, so a lot of the Veilstonians were getting addicted to these games. So Maylene, being very, very cautious and worrisome about the well-being and health of the Veilstonian people, decided to close down the game corner after their contract ran out. I think the game corner company is still around. I believe their main headquarters is in Kanto, in the Celadon City. I think that's where their main game corner is, so they're still around, just not in Sinnoh anymore. And we transformed it into a clothing shop. Shortly afterwards, Maylene stepped down, so I took over, and I just added one more thing in the things that we do, which is in this very gym, I do some trainings for people that come from all over the different parts of the Pokemon world. People come in from Unova, people come in from Kalos, people come in from Johto, and I train them mentally and physically as well to make sure they're on top of their game. That's pretty much what we do, and I hope after hearing this you do take your time around this whole place and do explore Veilstone City in much more detail. But I know you're here to challenge me, so let's talk about Pokemon battling, right? Regarding the Pokemon battle, my rules are quite simple. I believe in integrity and fairness, so if you don't mind me asking, how many gym badges do you have? 2, okay. And how many Pokemon do you have? 4, okay. Well, I use 3 Pokemon for people with 2 gym badges, so I'm gonna make a request. If you don't mind, can you also use 3 Pokemon in this battle? It wouldn't really be fair, right, for you to use 4 Pokemon and I use 3. I think as a fighter you would imagine that the battlefield should be plain, equal, and fair, right? Well, if you had 2 Pokemon, I would have used 2 Pokemon as well, just so you know. And it's not really a rule by the Pokemon Academy, so you can always just say no. You accept? Well, see, I had a feeling that you were someone with integrity and a sense of justice and fairness, and I was correct to think that. Much better than the previous person that challenged me. They used all their Pokemon. Yeah, it ended up not mattering. I was not able to win, but still, just to see the sign of integrity from someone is refreshing. So then, I think that's enough talking. I really want to see and test how strong you are. I love to see people grow during our battle, so I'm going to try and see if I can get something out of you as well. As the gym leader of Veilstone City, I accept your challenge. Meditite, I choose you. The first move always determines the result of the battle. Meditite, use Flash. Impressive, your Magikarp knows more than Splash. Use Flash again. This Magikarp has guts. Perhaps I can push it and unleash its true potential. Let's see how gutsy you really are. Use Drain Punch. You're going to have to do more than that to defeat my Meditite. Come on, Magikarp, push yourself. I know you have it in you. Amazing. Let's get this battle started for real then. Send him flying with the Drain Punch. Come back, Meditite. Reducing my speed with Bulldoze? That was smart. But let's see how you handle my next Pokemon. Go, Machoke. You're flying now, but I'm gonna show you Rock Bottom. Machoke, use Rock Tomb. Swapping out your Gyarados to not get hit with the Rock Tomb? You're battling really smartly. Perhaps not having the Puneri is really making you focus more. Use Low Sweep, Machoke. Use Low Sweep again, Machoke, but try to get a critical hit. You did your best. Come back. You've pushed me to my limit, but you don't understand. I'm the most lethal when I'm cornered. Time to play the game. Finish him off, Lucario. This is what it comes down to. Alright, Gyarados, let's see how strong you really are. Use Drain Punch, Lucario. This Bulldoze is a real problem. I gotta approach this differently. Use Screech, Lucario. I knew I could count on you to survive that move. Here, take a Hyper Potion. We're gonna go all in with one last punch. Show your fighting spirit, Lucario. Survive the next Bulldoze and then follow up with the hardest hitting Drain Punch ever. Do it now! No. That was our only chance. Lucario, try to dodge the bulldoze. Man, looks like I poked the bear, and I paid the price for it. You beat me fair and square. Well done. Ow. Ow. I didn't think you had this much force behind your punch. But I have to say, that was a great battle. There we go. That was a great battle. Even though I lost, I had a really great time. And I have to say, your Magikarp pushing itself beyond its limit, turning into Gyarados, that was my favorite part because that's what I do best. I love to bring out people's untapped potential, and I think I was able to do just that. Not only with the Magikarp, but yourself as well. When you fought me on equal grounds, you knew that you didn't have an opportunity to mess up because you didn't have another Pokemon that could take cover. So you tried a lot more than you would have if you had 4 Pokemon. So for that, congratulations. But this moment is all about you. And since you've beaten me, you are very deserving of this right here. This right here is the gym badge for Veilstone City. And you have earned this 100%. Here you go. Since you're here, I might as well give you something else as well, right? I think one of the things that every gym leader does now is give out their favorite card, right? So here's my favorite card. This card is practically a helmet, and the reason I'm giving this to you is when I start swinging, I have a helmet on. So that's my favorite card, and it's now for you to keep. And one more thing. The strength with which you punched me, I think that really warrants a reward. So here you go. This right here is HM strength. Your Pokemon can learn it. You probably have a spare Pokemon. I think Boneri can learn it, probably. But if you don't, your Poketch can also use it with a wild Pokemon. So this is for you to keep. The strength behind that punch warrants the move strength. So here you go. And I have to say though, that punch really woke me up in the morning. No amount of coffee can have the kind of effect that punch did. Just what I needed in the morning to get started. If you want an advice from a gym leader, I would highly suggest that first, take a look around Veilstone City. I would really appreciate it. But the other thing is, if you go south, you'll get to a lake. It's a very beautiful lake. I think you'll have a good time there. I think you should go there. And if you keep going south, you'll get to a beach. So it's a beautiful beach. I noticed that right now you don't really have any good Pokemon that are ground type. Maybe you can find something over there. And if you keep going towards the west after you go south, you will get to Pastoria City that has a water type gym. And you already have a Grotle on your team, so it would be nice to challenge that gym next. And there is the Safari World there too, so I think you'll have fun in the Safari World. Maybe you'll find something over there too. That's the advice I will give as a seasoned veteran who has seen a lot of trainers come in here. I would still recommend you don't go back to Heart Home City yet. I don't think you are strong enough to beat that gym leader. What I've noticed is trainers usually need around 4 gym badges after they can challenge Heart Home City, and so that's my recommendation. It was a real pleasure to battle you, and if you ever need to work on your physical or mental health, you can always come back into this wonderful gym. Thank you so much.